Hello, my name is Tony Mills, Soul Whisperer. I'm here because I've helped thousands of people throughout the world with different conditions, and today we're going to talk about something that actually triggers many of these conditions. And if you want to comment below and go to my website, and if you like my page, just go to the comment below. I'm going to talk about post-traumatic stress disorder. And the reason why it's come out now is because there is a great deal of stress in this world because of the world situation of anger and fear. All these things are bubbling up, okay, to be dealt with, or otherwise we carry them. So this is very important at this very time to clear this post-traumatic stress disorder. And it doesn't mean you've had to be going to war or anything like that. It can come from our ancestors. Ancestral trauma creates a foundation for post-traumatic stress disorder. If you think of it, we can be affected by our parents so much, by their feelings and thoughts. Well, they in turn have been affected down the line. And if there's anything particularly traumatic happened, which for many of us, our ancestors, there's been many things happening, it comes down like a wave. But it also makes us sensitive towards harsh circumstances and behaviours of others. A general build-up of trauma can be triggered when you experience similar traumas. That is the point. And it can cause the body to become overwhelmed by past and present experiences. The ancestral post-traumatic stress may have involved war, life-threatening situations, or experienced severe abuse. Abuse is so common, and this is also this particularly for women, where there's been a massive abuse, I feel, for women throughout the world. And this is coming up. I'm finding lots of women with thyroid problems because it's actually now surfacing because what's happening in the world is triggering all this. So any form of abandonment, rejection, or betrayal would trigger post-traumatic stress disease, because even it's a past betrayal perhaps, but it'll be repeated in our lives and keep on repeating until we address it. And this is where I come in. This is what I work with. And I have a means of communicating with the higher self and subconscious mind called the living lens. And it's a device which communicates and actually releases those painful feelings which literally manifest in the body, and then reinforce the positive who you really are. Okay, we're made to believe many of the things that are wrong with us. Trauma may have increased if your mother experienced a great deal of trauma or a life-threatening situation while she was pregnant with you, creating a major effect on your emotional state and lifetime. You may have unresolved survival instinct cycle that helped you survive during the traumatic circumstances that no longer serve the purpose, but that keeps going, okay? If there may be a sexual physical abuse, which can be another inherited ancestral pattern. You want to escape your emotions, and instead of improving your situation, you unwittingly make that worse than trying to escape. And people, to make it even worse, you've got people who have felt safe with may have betrayed your trust and created great emotional stress. So there'll be a pattern of betrayal in your life because there's a pattern of betrayal down through the ancestors. And that can come with parents and can come within you. Again, it's repeated until you address it. And this is where I come in. Your survival instincts of fight, flight, and freeze may have been triggered, making you nervous and always on the lookout for danger, which keeps you safe, which kept you safe in traumatic times, but now it just manifests as stress. Unfortunately, you have experienced trauma that your body have not completed, resulting in survival instinct not completing the survival process. This can make you feel angry, irritated, or even moody. Numbness and feeling frozen is another way of which the survival instinct manifests, causing you to dissociate. You see, we've got fight, flight, and freeze. So if you're continually angry, behind the anger, that's the fight, it may cover up the vulnerability, okay? And you've got the flight, of course, which is fear, continual fear, on the lookout for danger. That's the flight. The freeze is you don't want to move. You don't want to know, okay? And that is another way that one survived at the time, but no longer serves its purpose, because there's no change. And I think freeze is one of the worst, because there's no movement at all, okay? There may be a strong need to control as compensation for the lack of control you experienced in traumatic times. You see, when you've been over-controlled, then you've got to hang on for the rest of your life. And that is trying to control your life. And then when people are considered controllers, that is the reason they've had to control their lives from the start, right? The end result can be the ability to attract people or circumstances that trigger the memory of the trauma. It will continue because the trauma has to be released. Your soul wants to release this trauma. It'll create situations or people in your life to bring up that same pattern until you address it. And this is what I do. I address this situation. We bring it to the surface, clear it, and bring in positive, empowering energy. And then life changes, and in an amazing way. So as I said, any comments, put them below, and just look at the link below if you want to follow up with that. Thank you for watching. Bye now.